Was hat es uns denn zu sagen? Was sagt uns das? Hä? Was jetzt? Was jetzt? Was heißt das? Ich habe die Szene rekonstruiert. Hoffentlich wird mir dadurch klar, wo sich das Grab befindet. Ach so. Ah. Jetzt traf ich das. Unweit von ihrer Wehe, dem, der seinen Schlaf zu stören wagt, denn über ihn wachen die Argusaugen seines Bruders und der Herbstwind. Der Bruder und der Herbstwind, die waren ja hier so, also soll das heißen, dass das Grab im Osten liegt? Irgendwie? Sie schaute dahin, er schaute dahin. Keine Ahnung, ob mir das irgendwas sagt. Oh. Guten Tag. Poseidon? Oder bei den Römern wäre es ja dann eher Neptun. Hier ist noch was. Oha. Haben es gefunden.
Sharpest pickaxe. A guilty pleasure of the real archaeologist. Missing your Laura, Mr. Swift?
Hey, a word about the trilogy.
Right then, you literary expert, what was so important about these books? Or did you simply need some kindling?
It's inspirational. I have a plan.
Okay.
Are you listening?
I wish I wasn't, but I am.
So, we catch a monkey,
Okay.
a langa, for example, then we extract some blood from it.
What?
Was?
Why?
It will make us forever young, Sherry. Page 127, the second book.
Oh, I am so done with this.
No, wait. Then how about we make a wax statue?
I've stopped listening, John.
Ja. Man hatte das Gefühl, unser imaginärer Freund John ist nicht wirklich älter geworden. Aber wo war das jetzt? Ach, das war hier einfach nur, ne? Ja. Haben wir erledigt. Ich habe alle Bände gefunden. Einerseits verstehe ich den Wunsch, einen langweiligen Beruf zu etwas Abenteuerlichem und Aufregendem zu verklären. Andererseits fürchte ich, dass ich die Bücher einfach nur in den Müll werfen werde. Okay. Vielleicht nochmal hier gucken. Wieso ist die Musik weg? Entschuldigung, Musik? Oh. Was ist das?
Here is your discovery, Mr. Swift. Hey, look at this.
What have you found? Don't let anyone touch anything there. Eureka! I found you, my friend.
Okay, es wird eine kurze Szene. Was haben wir denn jetzt gefunden? Oh. Ah. Mr. Swift. Haben Sie Zeit?
Don't just stand there. Help!
Was? Ah, ich gucke jetzt oben. Jetzt schnell oben. Hinweise, wie komme ich denn nochmal hin? Hier. Alles meine Hinweise jetzt. So. Er hat auch Pfeile. Alles klar.
A box of darts. Handy against rodents of all kinds.
Ja, man macht es uns so schwer wie möglich, ne? Oh, er hat ein Buch über Elefanten. Von Rüsseln und Stoßzähnen. Der zoologische Bestseller von Rüsseln und Stoßzähnen stellt eine tiefgehende wissenschaftliche Beschreibung der Elefanten dar. Das Leben der grauen Riesen sowohl in Gefangenschaft als auch in der Wildnis wird fast schon enzyklopädisch analysiert. Ein besonders wichtiges Kapitel beschreibt die Paarungszeit der Elefanten, in der sie äußerst gefährlich werden können. Darüber hinaus gibt das Buch Hinweise darüber, wie man mit den riesigen Säugetieren kommunizieren und interagieren kann. Ob sich das dann jemand zunutze gemacht hat, dass Paarungszeit war? Und deshalb vielleicht der Elefant leicht zu provozieren war? Oh, das Tagebuch. Das Tagebuch von Arthur Swift. Er beschreibt darin detailliert sein Leben und seine Forschung. Aber was noch wichtiger ist, es enthält Aufzeichnungen über einen Disput mit Theodor hinsichtlich der Ausgrabungsstätte. Tag 1224. Bei Theodor dreht sich alles nur ums Geld. Alles klar. Soll er sich doch lieber mal ein vollständig ausgebildetes Gehirn kaufen, damit er endlich intelligent genug ist, um das große Ganze zu erkennen. Die Welt dreht sich nicht um seinen verfluchten Elefanten. Mir bleiben nur noch ein paar Monate, bis er mit dem Bau beginnt. Er hat ja nicht einmal die nötige Vorstellungskraft, um die Ausgrabungsstätte zumindest mit einem ästhetisch ansprechenden Projekt zuzupflastern. Elfenbeinbäder. An Oberflächlichkeit kaum zu überbieten. Zeugnisse der Menschheitsgeschichte, die von unschätzbarem Wert sind, werden unter Belanglosigkeit begraben werden. Okay. Damit hätten wir ein Motiv. Er wollte nicht, dass auf seiner Ausgrabungsstätte die Elfenbeinbäder gebaut werden. Okay, ich habe mich bei seiner Analyse tatsächlich nun vertan. Ganz offensichtlich. Aber das könnte echt ein sehr gutes Motiv sein.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Natürlich kommt er.
Trying to take over my research, are you? I come here to pick up my diary and I find you snooping around. Explain yourself.
Mr. Swift, if that were true, I would have been on my way to the newspaper. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I didn't have a chance to introduce myself properly.
Outrageous! You deceived me, sir. What is the reason for your being here? Who sent you, Mr. Holmes?
Theodore Gilden's premature death brought me here.
Theodore is dead? How can that be possible?
I'm thinking of all the possibilities, and I'm not crossing out anyone who might have been involved. Even his elephant. The land you're excavating belongs to Mr. Gilden, does it not?
Did I hear an accusation?
Ja.
I have nothing to hide. You can ask me whatever nonsense you've prepared as a token of my diminishing respect towards you.
Very well, Mr. Swift. I appreciate your cooperation.
Wann sahen Sie zuletzt Mr. Gilden?
When was the last time you saw Mr. Gilden?
A couple of days ago, we discussed the site. I believe in the tomb and its secrets. Theodore's patience was stretched, however. He was already inventing new projects. It wasn't a long conversation. I suppose that his daughter will inherit everything now, along with all of the eccentricities and problems.
And not forgetting Goliath.
Eccentricities and problems, Mr. Holmes. One of many.
Wo waren Sie heute Morgen?
Were you at the site this morning?
Affirmative. This project is taking a lot of my time, as you see. I spend more time underground than on the surface.
When did you learn about Theodore's death?
Just now. You just told me.
And you aren't surprised, shocked? I won't tell anyone if you shed a tear or two. Weren't you partners, after all?
We were. And it is a real shame. But I've seen too many deaths in my life, Mr. Holmes, for the news to truly shake me. Will you allow me to return to my research, or are you insisting on remaining an obstacle?
Oh, I haven't even started yet.
Oh, Leute. Ja, Tagebuch. Was hast du dazu zu sagen?
You have a weakness for nostalgia? Or, rather, do you use it to record a list of enemies?
Young man, you need to check your moral compass. Reading another person's diary is a sin in every culture that I can think of.
But you aren't answering the question.
You've already read it. Why bother? I simply record my life to keep my memory clean from misinterpretation. Letters and pages don't lie.
But the writer of the text can.
Das Elefantenbuch.
With this book, you attempted to plan an attack on the elephant?
Your insinuations are out of place. Goliath is a frightening animal. All I wished to do was to understand the creature. As any scientist would do, I researched, analyzed, and drew conclusions.
And what conclusion did you...
That Theodore Gilden made the animal miserable. He couldn't provide the proper environment for the beast. My interest in the subject ended there.
Stimme ich tatsächlich sogar zu, was die Haltung angeht.
What's with this box of darts? Is it for a scientific argument?
A little darker than that. Rather for killing the kind of rodents that might nibble a nose or a toe in your sleep.
Let's just say I have to protect myself against a larger animal, such as an elephant. Might it be enough to stop it, make it faint?
If I were you, I wouldn't bank on it.
Ich weiß nicht, ob es um die Betäubung ging, sondern vielleicht eben um den Elefanten einmal zu provozieren. Wenn man einen Pfeil in ihn reinschießt.
Moving on.
Ja, okay. Hat dazu was zu sagen?
As far as I can tell, you're a man of the academic world, so this book about Nabe and Laura is just an empirical study?
What? That nonsense? I'd prefer to lose my eyesight than read such trash.
So, you know nothing about it?
I know nothing. I wish I'd never heard of it in the first place, this caricature of science.
Do I hear traces of envy? You're still relatively young that you might find your own Laura.
Perhaps I envy Nabe, for I cannot simply blow people up for distracting me. That's all. You happy now? Wonderful. I've nothing to add.
Okay. Ja, das war ja falsch. Was hiermit?
I'm a busy man.
Ja, irgendwas musst du mir aber noch sagen. Suchen vor dem Schuppen.
Remember one of the rules? It seems that you didn't return a tool. Is this knife yours?
Do I look like a fellow who carries a knife? I don't need it.
There are plenty of uses for it on the site, and outside of it.
I have other people to cut ropes for me, Mr. Holmes.
Ich hätte da ja auch jemand anderen damit beauftragt. Bugs. Elefant.
Gilden's elephant is quite an unusual addition to Cordona's fauna. What is your scientific opinion on that?
No matter how much Theodore loved it, it still remained a wild animal trapped inside a stone pen. Goliath needs savannas, fields, lakes.
I'm sure that Goliath did not have a plan to kill his owner to head to the savannas. What do you think?
No, animals don't kill in a typical sense. I can only presume that it tried to protect itself from captivity, from Theodore. It was a gilded cage that was predestined to break.
Was noch?
I've nothing to add. I'm a busy man.
Ach, das hier noch. Ja, natürlich.
Did this plan cause a rift in your business relationship with Theodore Gilden?
Nothing like that. Admittedly, we didn't share a common vision of what is more important, the past or the future. In my opinion, we can't build a future without knowing the past.
So you wanted to save the tomb of Vitus here, or perhaps your control over the research?
Only the knowledge that rightly belongs to humankind, nothing less and nothing more. I've nothing to add.
Aber wozu dann?
Moving on.
What's with this intricate recruitment process? Pro-British workers charge less?
As a head of this organization, I need to secure a productive environment. It's impossible to do so if there are political differences, especially here, where the native population doesn't support our efforts to find the ancient artifacts.
Okay.
Decent pay can also stimulate productivity and shut down any political discord. Hadn't you thought of that?
You're young. You have time to fritter and fight with everyone you meet. I don't have such a luxury. Our workers receive enough pay for what they do. So don't start a discussion you know nothing about.
Sind immer noch nicht durch. Was liegen denn noch Fragen hier?
Moving on. I've nothing to add.
Enter Imogen.
Have you seen this person before? The one beside Imogen Gilden?
No, but he's with Imogen, so I suppose that he's a friend of hers. That girl always has her head in the clouds. I could have said Theodore was different, but that wouldn't have been entirely true.
Away with the fairies, was he?
That's one way of putting it. Either way, I don't know much about Imogen's life or her friends. The type of elite that pretends to be educated.
Okay.
Your partner had a very specific attitude towards the things he treasured. Was this habitual for him?
That would have been too much even for him. Don't get me wrong, he had a harsh temper. Like a true businessman, he was ready to burn his competitors to the ground.
But threatening someone physically would have been something new even for him, am I correct?
Absolutely. Besides, I had never seen him this angry. The fellow who received the letter must have been extremely alarmed.